Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. It is I, the Raven,
and me, Dartalius.
and together we're
the Greek Geeks. And guys, welcome to Season 2.
That's right, guys. We are here for Season 2. Did you miss us? Admit it, you missed us.
Yeah, come on, admit it. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
So, we're coming at you again with another Greek myth. It's my turn to tell the story. So, this one is actually fairly well known. I'm sure Derek here knows at least some of it. But what do you know about the Theogony?
What?
The Theogony. It is a book of sorts written by our good friend Hesiod.
I don't think I know that.
So, the book is mainly a big ol' genealogy thing of like almost all the gods or whatever. Tells who's related to who's related to who. Some people think it's like a bunch of really boring flashcards. Because, honestly, I found it as interesting as those books in the Bible that were nothing but genealogy. But that's not why I'm talking about it. Also in the Theogony, there is the myth, the Greek myth of creation. You see, in the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing at all, except for a primordial being known as chaos. Primordial chaos was alone in this nothingness for we don't even know how long. But then he had some buddies sprout out of nowhere. These three buddies being Gaia, Tartarus, and Eros. You know those guys, right?
Eros? What?
Eros, the god of romantic love.
But I thought he was Aphrodite's son.
That was a later thing. Some Greek myths can't decide whether they want Aphrodite to be Eros' mother or whether he's just born from primordial chaos. In this story, he came from primordial chaos.
Okay.
So,
oh yeah, I've also heard of Gaia.
Yes, Gaia, the personification of our dear planet.
And then what was the other one you said?
Tartarus.
Tartarus, like the place Tartarus.
No, the god Tartarus.
The god? Wait, what?
Yes. Tartarus, while also being a place, is also a deity.
I did not know that.
Yes. Tartarus is the personification of the abyss. He is essentially Tartarus while still being a living thing. You know those books in like Heroes of Olympus and the Sun and the Star? And how when our heroes went into Tartarus, they eventually saw that the Tartarus that they were walking on was actually a living being.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yep, so those were our three guys that came from primordial chaos. And then chaos realized, oh wait, I can have children. So chaos created two more children, Erebus and Nyx.
Nyx,
the personification of night.
Yes.
And Erebus, the avatar of darkness. So, Nyx and Erebos, they decide to have a bunch of children together, making all sorts of minor deities like Eris and Thanatos, all those fun people. Lots of monsters, too.
Thanatos, the god of death.
Yes. So, Nyx had a bunch of children with Erebos, and it was at this point that Gaia's like, hey, I want in on this action. So Gaia decided to create for herself a husband.
Let me guess. It was Uranus, right?
It was Uranus. Yes, she decided she wanted to have an equal opposite to her, Uranus, god of the sky.
Oh yeah, and then he had a son, Kronos,
He had a lot more than just a son.
and Rhea.
Yeah, he had 3 sets of siblings. He created all the Titans,
Okay.
the Cyclopes, the first Cyclopes. There are some that came after this. And also the Hecatoncheires. You know, those guys with like the 50 heads and 100 arms each?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those fun dudes. The living war machines, I like to call them.
Ah.
Yes. So Uranus, he's a real stand-up dad, you know? Real stand-up dad. And by stand-up dad, I mean...
You mean he ate his children, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. By stand-up dad, I mean he took his uglier children, the Cyclopes and the Hecatoncheires, and he imprisoned them in Tartarus. Now, Gaia, being the actually stand-up mom that she was, being a really, really nice mom, was pretty upset about her kids being locked up in Tartarus.
Okay.
So she creates a sickle.
Ah.
And she goes up to her Titan children, and she's like...
Yes, I've heard this part.
Yes. And she's like, okay, this guy gotta be dealt with by one of us, and it ain't gonna be me. Most of the Titans were not interested in it, or were too scared to do it. But then the youngest brother of all of them, Kronos, was like, give me that thing. Dad's had it coming for years.
He had it coming.
Yep. So our dear buddy Kronos and made a plan with his mom, Gaia.
Okay.
And when Uranus was going into Gaia to do some really boinky-doinky things, Kronos hid and ambushed him and chopped off his you-know-whats with the sickle.
Wow.
Yeah.
And cut him to pieces?
No. He didn't get cut to pieces. He just lost his down-unders.
Okay.
For some reason, this was enough to overthrow him. Oh, and fun side note. The down-unders fell into the ocean after this. Okay?
Oh yeah, which is how Aphrodite is.
Yeah, out of the foam comes Aphrodite.
And she's naked.
Yeah. If that painting is to be believed, and it probably should be.
Yeah.
So, thus began the age of the Titans.
Yep.
Cronus and his siblings ruling over the earth. Unlike what the Hercules movie told you, they were not horrible, awful tyrants in their own way. They did not, cause it to be a nasty place. There was a mess wherever you stepped, and chaos and volcanoes never slept.
And then along came Zeus.
Not yet, but... Oh.
Dang
yeah,
it!
But... Yes, that was not actually how the Titans ran the show.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah. They weren't terrible in that way, at least. But Gaia, still being a stand-up mom, was like, oh, by the way, Cronus, you and your sister Rhea, yeah, you just got married and you want to have kids, but one of your kids is going to overthrow you in the future. So you got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
Now, Cronus, he still wanted to get busy, but he also didn't want to accept the consequences of his actions. So he decided to eat his children as soon as they were born.
Oh, yeah.
So he gobbled them up. He eats Hestia.
Oh, yeah, Hestia, goddess of the hearth.
Yes, she is the oldest of all of them.
Okay.
So this is an order of when they were born. So Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. So all these guys got eaten, and Rhea was kind of fed up with this, and so was Gaia. So right when their 6th little baby boy was born, Rhea hands him off.
Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus. this is when along came Zeus.
Ah, yeah.
So baby Zeus is taken by Rhea while Kronos wasn't looking and handed off to Gaia. And Rhea sticks a rock inside swaddling clothes and lets Kronos eat that.
Oh yeah, didn't she put something on the rock too that made him sneeze or something?
No.
Oh.
No, the whole came later.
Oh, okay.
So first, it was a couple years after Kronos thought he ate Zeus. Gaia was raising Zeus. He aged actually pretty quickly, but he got raised. He decided, hey, I want to rule Olympus.
Okay.
So, with the help of Metis, an Oceanid nymph, he concocted a little poison to give to his dad.
Okay.
So, slips it in Kronos' drink. He drinks some of that poison.
Throws up his kids.
Out comes out the grown-up kids.
Nice.
And Zeus is like, okay, my dear 5 siblings, it's time to go to war.
And then?
Not yet.
Dang it.
So he also decides to free the Cyclopes from their prison in Tartarus so that they can help him out. And they were so grateful for finally being free from Tartarus.
Didn't they make his lightning bolts?
Yes.
For him.
That was their thank you gift to him. And he loved them so much.
Did they also make stuff for the other gods as well?
They probably did, but
for Hades and Poseidon?
Yeah, they probably did. I didn't really read up to that point, but yeah, they probably did.
Okay.
They were the dwarves of the Greek mythology,
oh, yes.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with the help of... He also decides to rally the minor gods that were made by, Nyx and all that.
Oh, yeah.
He also got some help from other titans, like Prometheus.
Prometheus. I like Prometheus.
Yes. Oh, and a funny tidbit that I forgot to say, actually. Remember Uranus? Right after he got his balls cut off?
Yes.
Yeah. He's the one that called his children the Titans. That was where they got their name.
Okay.
Yeah,
because they were, giant. They were pretty tall.
No.
Right?
They were called Titans because the word Titan, somewhat in ancient Greek, meant stretched beyond their means. Because he felt that they went a bit too far when they overthrew him.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was a side tangent. So he gets the Cyclopes and the minor gods. They are having a really intense war for a couple years. Then Gaia whispers to Zeus, hey, why don't you release the living war machines too?
Okay.
So Zeus frees the Hecky boys, because I didn't want to spell the Hecatonchires again. The Hecky boys.
Okay.
He frees them, and they're like, you know what? Let's help you overthrow Kronos. Okay. So they pulled out a bunch of rocks, and they just started throwing them all over the battlefield. Whacked Kronos right in the face.
Okay.
That was enough to turn the tides of the war over to Zeus's favor. And then comes the part where Zeus chops Kronos up with his own scythe.
Oh yeah, and doesn't he cut him up to many pieces?
Yeah.
And throws them into scatters them in Tartarus?
Yes. He throws Kronos and all of his lackeys into Tartarus. Yep. And then this is the part where the 3 brothers of the 6 draw lots to decide who rules what. So they all ruled the planet together.
Okay, yeah.
They all ruled the Earth.
Yeah.
They also ruled different aspects of it, like Zeus got the sky and also king of the gods or whatever.
Yeah.
Poseidon, the
Poseidon,
ocean.
the seas.
Yeah, the seas, bodies of water, and such. And then we all know my boy Hades.
Hades got the underworld.
The underworld. He was the guard of Tartarus as well.
Yeah.
Keeper of all wealth.
Yeah.
And he was apparently given such a good deal that the ancient Greeks would often call him the Zeus of the underworld.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And after this, Zeus decides, Metis helped me out a lot, so I'm going to marry her. So Metis is Zeus's first wife.
Okay.
And Gaia, once again, being a real stand-up person and liking the idea of turning fathers against their children, mentions to Zeus that Metis will have a daughter and then a son who will overthrow him.
Oh, Athena and Ares.
No. So, Metis is pregnant with Athena right now.
Okay.
But he didn't want the son to be born because the son would overthrow him. So Zeus eats Metis.
Oh yeah,
He absorbs her basically.
Yeah.
Absorbs
I
her
felt
into
like
himself.
he makes her turn into a fly or something.
The version of it that I heard was he just absorbed her Kirby style. Yeah. So she was still conscious through all of this. She's now a little voice in his head giving him wisdom or whatever.
Okay.
But still a really jerk move to do to your wife.
Oh yeah, totally.
Really sucky. So he had 5 other wives after this. I will not get into detail with all of them.
Yeah, probably a good thing.
Yep. 7th and final wife, Hera, comes along. And he decides to have 2 children with her, Ares and Hephaestus. Hephaestus gets thrown off of Mount Olympus and all that. But
Oh yeah, because Hera did not like Hephaestus.
yeah.
She thought he was ugly.
Yep. And Zeus, being encouraged by the fact that he has escaped the fate of being overthrown by the son that will never happen, decides, my banging will never have any consequences.
Oh crap.
So he has a one-night stand with Leto, which got us Artemis and Apollo.
Oh yes.
And then at this point, he starts having a real bad headache. Terrible, awful migraine. Worst migraine you've ever heard. It was so bad that he literally banged his head open, cracked open his skull, just to relieve the pressure.
Wait, I thought it was Hephaestus who cracked his head open with his hammer.
That could have been what
I've
happened.
heard that story part.
Yeah, Hephaestus cracks his skull open, and out comes fully grown Athena, Metis' daughter, which that was probably the only child that wasn't Hera's that Hera was okay with, because Athena was before Zeus married Hera.
Yeah.
With a wife that he already had. So
Yeah, and then with Leto and stuff.
she disapproved because that was cheating on her.
Yeah.
Yep. And so it went with when Zeus boinked Maya for Hermes to be born. Mm-hmm. And then the fun little myth that could be an episode in itself about Semele and Dionysus. Yes. And that was how the Greek Olympians came to be, how the Titans and the Uranus fell.
Wow.
How chaos formed everyone. It was...
Oh, we forgot And then along came Zeus!
Yeah.
He hurled that thunderbolt.
He hurled that thunderbolt. His act, like those suckers in a vault. They're trapped, and on his own stopped chaos in his tracks. If you ignore all his other siblings that helped out.
Yeah.
And that's the gospel truth. Don't sue us, Disney.
Yeah, please don't.
Anyway, that was my story for y'all today.
I liked it. It was really good.
Awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you felt you deserved it. Leave us a comment telling what kind of myths you would want us to cover.
Yeah.
Next time it's Derek's turn, so
Yep.
he could probably use some ideas.
Oh, and next time it will be a doozy.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. Yes. And also, please subscribe if you want to see more of us.
Yeah.
So, as always, guys, until next time, stay geeky.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, baby!